the John Dulong Show. Make sure that that's right. A more professional podcast may have actually researched this before he hit the record button. But you don't come to me for professionalism. Hell, like, if you did, like, you are already gone, because you'd be very, very disappointed in what this show is and what it may become. Listen, I haven't had any major audio boondoggles yet this week, so I'm feeling pretty good about it. I have a sock, guys. Things are looking up. So it's facebook.com/The John Dulong Show. That's where you're going to get updates on the show on the regular. I'll be posting there, every chance that I get, basically. It's a good place. You can also still follow me on Twitter and on Instagram at Gibberdy, Giberdy. Follow the show on Apple Podcasts, Google Play. It's a good couple of places. Little mid-show plug fest to get ourselves out of the section of the show where I talk about old men who don't understand how sexual assault and or news media in the modern world works. Just all right, let's get away from this stuff and move on to something a little bit better. Do you like what I'm doing with the audio here? I'm fading in the music as I'm still talking, and then I'll stop talking and the music keeps on playing. I like it. I think it's a better way of doing things. Those sultry guitar tones from Mon Plaisir. I'll shut up now. So this past week, Prince Henry of Wales, or Prince Harry to his friends, I guess, announced his engagement to Meghan Markle, star of... okay, I had to look it up. She's on Suits, which is apparently a show I have to watch. And, there's been the usual range of emotions about this thing. Here's the way that I sort of see this, guys. I'm not particularly strongly one side or the other on the monarchy. Here in Canada, technically speaking, Elizabeth II is our monarch. We're technically still subjects of the Queen here in Canada. I get why some people are sort of vehemently opposed to the monarchy, particularly if you're, French or Aboriginal. To me, I think it's as good a system as any to have a head of state. I don't really particularly care for the sort of federalist president sort of way of electing a head of state, just because I think that making the head of state anything more than symbolic leads to issues, leads to Britney Spears saying stuff like, the president is the president, and I think we should just trust him, about George Bush. Man, I miss George Bush. That's a weird thing to say. Anyhow, I hope he's enjoying his paintings. Anyhow, a lot of people had their takes on Prince Harry getting engaged, and they pretty much ranged from this is great, really excited about this royal wedding stuff, it's going to be awesome, to this is stupid, fuck the monarchy, and fuck you if you like the monarchy. Here's sort of my the point that I want to make here, and it's going to be sort of a little tidbit, not a rule, not a full rule, because the rules is a set of 5. So this is just a friendly reminder. Let people like what they like. It's not for you. That's cool. Honestly, it's just, at this point, the monarchy is just a celebrity with some weird religious undertones as well. If you're into, celebrity pop culture stuff and you want to be into this celebrity wedding, that's fine. I'm not really going to care about it too much. I think a couple of attractive people have gotten engaged, and they're going to get married sometime next year. And apparently there's going to be an official photography session, which I'm sure people will be very excited about. Also, the Queen's going to attend the wedding. Surprised there. Beyond that, like, I don't care, but, like, don't sass people just because they enjoy something. Like, I've seen this so many times where people will slag people off, like, overheard a conversation not too long ago about, it was between these two folks in school, where one was complaining that the other, had a child. One was complaining to the other that they had a child who was into Minecraft, and they thought it was so stupid. Well, like, I don't get Minecraft myself, but, like, people really enjoy that, and they, they're not hurting anybody, they're not harming anyone. It's just, it's a thing to do. It's a thing to be into. Some people are into Minecraft, some people are into royal weddings. As long as you're not into something that's actually actively harming another human being, I don't see the problem. Just let people like what they like and then move on. And that's not to say that I haven't sat upon my ivory tower and shouted at people for, like, I'm sure Katie, if you're listening to this, my younger sister, and I got into some arguments when we were younger about, movies that she liked that I thought were dumb. Like, whatever. Like, ultimately, if she thinks that Step Up 2 is the best movie ever, then she can enjoy that. Like, it's not really affecting me too much. So just chill, guys. Just relax. It's cool. Like, all the best to the happy couple. And I promise at some point I'll watch it. I'm studying to be a paralegal. I should probably watch the television show that's about that stuff, I guess. I don't know. Just move on. The show's a lot less ranty than last week. A lot less rant. I guess I did go on about the sock for a while. I guess that's going to be the title of the show. We got a sock. I like it. We got an email this week from Paul. Said, hi, John. Let me begin by saying thank you for your kind words last week. I really appreciate the shout out. Of course, Paul just getting married, as I mentioned last week. Since he's saying thank you, I feel the need to kind of just call him an asshole now, just to sort of turn things around. I don't know, just joking around. So he says, on the why we love wrestling topic, let me expand on the example you used, explained how potent it can be, which you may remember last week. I sort of rambled about why I love professional wrestling. When the SummerSlam 3-count hit, I teared up. This was when Daniel Bryan won the title for the first time. Then when Triple H turned on Bryan and that 3-count happened, I was sour, legitimately upset that my guy got screwed. And then that Mania 30 event happened, and I popped out of my chair, trying not to ugly cry in front of my buddies. It was epic. I'll be honest, man. Like, I'll be perfectly honest. Like, again, I'm going to go a little bit inside baseball here for most wrestling fans. Earlier on that night, it was the 30th WrestleMania. They tend to try and do big things at these shows at every WrestleMania, but certainly on the 5s and 10s, they try and do something a little bit extra. At WrestleMania 30, The Undertaker's undefeated streak at WrestleMania had been broken by Brock Lesnar, which, like, in hindsight, I kind of see as a kind of a mistake. But at the time, I thought that one of my favorite guys of all time was retiring. and I was really, really upset about that. So, like, totally understand the ugly cry moment. I think back to I think it was the following year. Jake Graves and I, like, hugging it out huge when a big surprise happened at the end of the show. I won't go too far into it just because we're getting towards the end of the show, and I'm sure I'm losing some of you here. So anyhow, Paul goes on. For the Ric Flair retirement match, I didn't even try to hide it. I ugly cried when the referee counted 3. I knew it was coming. I knew it was time for Rick to hang up the boots, but none of that mattered. In that moment, all that mattered was the greatest to ever do it wasn't going to do it anymore. The real world champion, the 16-time world champion, the man was riding into the sunset. Thanks as always for the entertainment. Monday sucks a little less now. Well, thank you so much, Paul. And again, if you want to reach out to the show, you can always do so at johndulong@gmail.com or on our brand spanking new Facebook page, facebook.com/The John Dulong Show. And, of course, on Twitter at Gibberdy, Jiberdy. Well, I think that's about a show right there. I think we're getting towards the end of it. A little bit less of the rage this week. No rules this week. I know I rolled out more of the rules than I was expecting to in such a short period of time, but I figured, Christmas coming up, it was time to talk about the rules for Christmas shopping. But the rules will make a return. Actually, got something in the pike, a little surprise for over the holiday season from our good friend Will over at the Elwood City Limits podcast. Got some good feedback on the interview with Will. I want to thank him again. Thank him and Lucas for tweeting out the show for me as well. Really appreciate that, guys. Anyhow, that's going to do it. Remember, you can subscribe to the show on Google Play or on Apple Podcasts. Rate and review on iTunes. Please get some more people to the show. Would really appreciate it. So, for John Dulong, I'm John Dulong. And remember, try not to judge America for not switching from pounds to kilograms. It would cause mass confusion. Thanks. So I have this assignment at school where I had to talk about some of the struggles in terms of time management, and I actually said that this show was a good way for me to help do the whole work-school-life balance thing, because it was, even though it was another deadline, it was a good way for me to organize my time, and I'm definitely procrastinating on doing, stuff I should be doing right now with this show. So, whoops. I mean, I didn't plagiarize anything. It was just, the regular kind of dishonesty rather than academic dishonesty. I mean, you can't say that I was wrong. I just fibbed a little bit. Yeah, I really need to go do some homework now. Bye.